In this video, we will focus on how you can import data in bulk for inventory. There are three options available for inventory. Let's see that in custom import module. When you select new, you will see three models regarding inventory, which is the store, the supplier, and the store items. So you should first upload the store details. Before you start using the inventory store model, you should ensure that the settings are done in inventory. That means when I open inventory, I will have to set up the category and the type of the store. These must be entered so that the same values can be put in inside the sheet. That means let's see what is the sheet that custom import gives us for inventory. So here I will go to store, give the name. This is the name of the template that you are giving. When you give this name, the template will be generated regarding store. It will be an empty template that Fedina will give you. So you can see it shows store information, model to be the store. When you click on export CSV, you will get this file and it will be an empty file. When you open this file, you will see it has information regarding the store and is blank. It is asking for the name of the store, the code, the category which you must have already set, the type, and the invoice prefix. So like I said, the category and the type must already be there in the Fedina system before you start doing custom import for store. Let me enter some name of the store. Let's say it is bookstore. Let me enter some code. I can give any meaningful code here regarding the store. The category should be the one that is already existing. So here, let me check. This is the category. I can use the same name. And then we have the store type. Again, this is the code for the store type. So here, this is the code that I'll copy. For the category also, we copied the code. Invoice prefix. From this bookstore, if you're going to sell the items, invoices can be generated. For each invoice, there will be an invoice number. If you want to prefix that number with a particular prefix, you can mention the same here. So let's say it is BS. So for the first invoice, it would be BS001 automatically and it will auto increment. Once we've done this setting, I can upload multiple stores here. Up to 200 stores are allowed in this sheet at a time. Let's call it computer store. The category, let it be the same, and the type also. If you want to give a different one, please ensure that it is present in the system already. Like this, you can enter up to 200 rows here. Once you save this file, to import it, we will go to custom import and import data. So export CSV will give you an empty file like we had. We entered some information in it. Now we want to put that information into Fedina. We will use this option of import data. I will select this file which is store information and click on upload. Once you do that, you will get this message. This message says that the file will take some time to get uploaded and put the data into the system. So here you will see it shows click here to view the scheduled job. When you click on this, it will show you the status as in queue. It means the job will be running in a while. We can wait. To check the status again, please refresh the browser. You can refresh the browser and you will note that the status will change from in queue to running in some time. Once that is done, it will take less than a minute to reflect the job in the system. So now we can see that the job is completed. Now to check whether the store information is actually entered into the system, we need to know whether the two rows were added successfully or not. To check if the two rows were added successfully, we have to check this option. This is where I can get the log information. When I click on imports, I'll be able to see the status. It says success. That means now if I go to inventory and if I check the store information, that is When I go to store, I will see that the two stores are there which I just added using the Excel sheet, which is the bookstore and the computer store. So this is how you can enter the store information. Also, if you want to edit any information, let's say that you have 200 stores and you want to enter few information about some of the stores which you've entered by mistake. One way is to do it through the system by clicking on edit. So here, when you click on edit, you'll be able to change any information regarding this store. Other way is to do this using bulk edit. Let me show you what that means. That bulk edit option you can use if you have a lot of information that you want to edit in one go. Now here, let's say for computer store, I want to change the invoice prefix to CSS. This is a change that I want to do, and there might be many other rows which I want to change. Let's say I have saved all the changes, and now to upload this file, I will go to custom import. And against this store information, I will click on bulk edit. Bulk edit you should use when you have already entered the stores inside the system. Since we already have these stores with the codes which is BS and CS inside the system, we can edit them now. So here we will go to bulk edit, choose the file that we just updated. So this is the one, and upload the same. Again, it will be a scheduled job. It means it will take some time for this information to get reflected in the system. So now you can see that the job is complete. So again, to check the status, I will use this option of imports. And here it shows the status to be updated. So let's see. Here we can check when we go to stores. So here you can check that the information against the computer store has been updated as CSS to be the invoice prefix. That is what we have changed in this file. So this is how you can perform the upload for new stores and edits for existing stores in Fedina using the custom import module. Now the next custom import related to inventory is about the supplier information. You can add the supplier information using this custom import. So if you have multiple suppliers, we can give the name of this template that we want to generate. Again, we can say it is supplier information. Select the model as supplier and save this. Get this as a template by clicking on export CSV. When we click on it, we'll be able to see the information that this file is asking from us. So this information, if you see, is dependent on supplier type. So there is a setting of supplier type that we must have done in Fedina. So let's see that when we go to inventory, we'll be able to see that we have supplier type. And you can see I've added a supplier type already. And the code of this supplier type is what should be mentioned in the file. So again, I will put this supplier type here. I can add multiple rows like I did for store. Up to 200 rows are possible in this sheet. And I can enter other information as well. So let me fill in this information. That is the name of the supplier. I can have other row as well. And up to 200 rows, I can enter the contact information, address of the supplier, so here I can put this information. I can leave these blanks because these are not mandatory, and I can save this information. So like this, I can fill this sheet with a lot of suppliers that I have, and now I'll be uploading this sheet into the system. To upload, I will use the same method. I will go to supplier information, import data, and choose the file. I will choose this file that I just created and upload it. You will again see that it shows here as a scheduled job. It means it is going to take some time for this job to get completed and for us to check the status. So now we can see the job is complete. To check the status, we will again go to imports and we can see it is success. That means the supplier information is there in the system now. So let's go to inventory and check the same. So here we have added 2 new suppliers and we can see the information against it. Now again, if I want to edit some information against a supplier and I have a lot of them here which I want to edit, I can use the sheet to do so. Otherwise, I can also use the UI and edit from here. This is one way of doing. Another way is using the sheet. Let me edit this information about the address of this supplier. So I've entered this address now and I can upload the same file but using bulk edit. So here I will use this option of bulk edit, choose the file which is supplier information and upload it. Again, it will be a scheduled job. It will take a minute for the information to get reflected. Once it is done, I'll be able to check the updated address in the system. So this is how you are doing the custom import for adding the supplier information. The third custom import, which is related to inventory, is regarding addition of store items. So let's perform that. Here I will create a template first. So here I will give the name of a template, select the model to be store item, export the CSV to get the information. I'll open it and I can check the information that I can enter in the CSV, which is the name of the item, the quantity, the price, tax information, batch number, and other information. Now again, if you see, there are few columns that are dependent on existing information in FEDINA. For example, the first one would be the code of the store. It means where you want to put this item. The other one would be the category of the item. So if you see the general item upload in FEDINA using the form, that is when you go to store items and click on new, you will see the same information appearing in the Excel sheet, but there you can enter a lot of information together by increasing the number of rows. That means in this Excel sheet I can fill in many rows and enter multiple items together, unlike in the user interface where I have to fill in the form one by one. So here the mandatory fields that you see are again mandatory in this file. Let's start with the store information, that is the store code. So here I will find the store code. Let's say I want to put it in SS store code, which is stationery store. I can also put it in PS and CS. Let me enter 3 items here. You can add up to 200 items in this sheet. Here the next important and the mandatory thing is the name of the item. So I can give the name of the item here. The other mandatory information is the quantity. Then we have the unit price. The other mandatory information is the tax. You can give it as 0 in case there is no tax applicable. Otherwise, you can put that particular information. Batch number is also a mandatory field. So like this, the mandatory fields in this sheet are being filled in. There are other fields also which can be put in case you want to put that information. For example, if you want to make this item as sellable, you can make it, and in that case you will have to give this item category as well. For example, if you do the same through UI, you will see if you make something sellable, item category becomes mandatory. So here, let's say I want to make this item as sellable. I will write Y here denoting yes, no denoting no for this one, and Y denoting yes for this one. If I have given yes, I must give item category. Let's see that item category code now. For that, we can go to item category and check the code. So let's say for sellable, we want to give the sellable code. Please ensure that no extra spaces are there when you're pasting the values inside the fields. So this is how I have filled in this sheet now with the information about the items inside the stores. Now, to put this information in, I will use the custom import module and click on import data. Choose the file that I've just entered the information in, which is store items, and upload it. It will become a part of the delayed job. It means it will take some time for the job to get completed and get reflected in the system. We can check the status by clicking on click here and refreshing the screen from time to time. So now we can see that the information is added successfully. To check the status, we will go to imports. And now you can see it shows the status to be completed with errors. To understand what are the problems in this Excel sheet that you have uploaded, you can click on import log details. It will give you more information for each row. So when I click on this, it shows here that row number 2 is uploaded successfully, but row number 3 is failed because the batch number is already taken, and row number 4 is a success. So if you notice here, batch number I have already given for an item. It must be unique to each item because it is seller supplied. So in this case, let me change the same. After changing, I will upload only this row which was not successful into the system because the other two information is already there. So I am deleting this information now. And now to upload this, I will click here on import data, choose the file that is store items information and upload the same. Again, it will be a scheduled job. It will take some time for this information to get reflected. And again, we can check the status once it is done from imports option. So let's wait for this job to get completed. So we can check that the job is done now. To check the status again, I will go to imports and it is successfully uploaded. To verify this, I can check the store items. Select the store, let's say the SS store where I've entered folders. That was the first time that I did. And the bookstore where I have entered one book, and also the computer store where I have entered one information. So like this, you can enter multiple rows here and upload the same into the system. Also, if you want to edit it, let's say you have 200 rows here and you want to edit information against some rows. So let's say in this file you want to change the unit price of this item. Instead of 12, you want to make it 20. So here you can save it and now upload this file and the changes will get reflected once the job is complete. So like this you can do changes in the file, but please note in this case, you will not be able to change the name of the item and store code because these two become the primary identification levels for the file to get updated in the system. You can change any other information regarding the store items. Once I've done this change, again to upload it, I will use this option which is bulk edit. Choose the file that I have changed in, which is this one, and upload the same. Once this is successfully done, once the job is complete, we see that the status is no longer there. It means the job is complete and the status can be checked by going to imports. Once we see the status here, we'll be able to understand if the information is changed in the module or not. So these are the three options that are available for custom import for inventory. That is adding the store, adding the supplier information, and adding the items inside the store.